Hello everyone, my name is Mary. It's good to be here again. Like I said in my last video, what I intend to do in my videos is to share with you things I've learned from older women, from reading their books, from listening to their podcasts, watching their documentaries, on and on and on. So today I'll be sharing from a book I love so much, a book I read first in 2021, and I won't be exaggerating if I say I've read that book more than 10 times. It's a very relatable book that I love. It is simple yet profound. The opinions are very uncommon and unpopular in our generation, but it is scriptural, and there are things to hold strongly on. There are things that we can live by. So this book is Passion and Purity by Elizabeth Elliot. Elizabeth Elliot was a Christian that lived between the year 1926 and 2015. She lived 89 years on earth. I intend to talk about her in my video, in some other videos, as God will have it. But today I'll be sharing from Passion and Purity. This is the journal I used in 2021. I read a soft copy of Passion and Purity, so I had to write out things that stood out for me in that book. So today I'll be sharing one of the quotes that stood out for me. It says, "When obedience to God contradicts what I think will give me pleasure, let me ask myself if I love Him. If I can say yes to that question, can't I say yes to loving Him? Can't I say yes to pleasing Him? Can't I say yes if it means sacrifice?" A little quiet reflection will remind me that yes, God always leads in the end to joy. We can absolutely bank on that. When I read this book, that's Passion and Purity, this stood out for me and still stands out for me because I've come to realize that in our Christian walk, um, over and over again, we'll be brought to points where we would have to let go of things that we hold on so dear, things that we love so much. When things that normally will give us pleasure, things that we desire, things that we crave, will conflict with that which God would want us to have. Most times, or sometimes, those desires are not sinful, they are not ungodly, but God is just making requests of them. Sometimes it is a test. Sometimes is that God would not have you have it at all. Sometimes is that He wants to give you a bigger thing. There are many sides to it. He sees the big picture, we don't see it. But when God asks for those things that we love so much, things that we hold on to dearly, things that we think have formed part of us or have become part of us, when God asks for things like that, there seems to be a struggle and a conflict. I'm thinking of the story of Abraham and Isaac. Now, our baby Isaac is here. The child that was promised to God, the child that brought laughter into this household. And this same child is to be sacrificed. The God that promised this child, the God that gave me the promise of this child, the God that gave me this child is asking me to sacrifice this child. You know, as the Bible says it, the Bible says the child whom you love. It's not just any child, the one that you love, that's the one that I want. I can imagine what was going through Abraham's mind. But he gave me this child. And I can imagine him asking himself, do I love it? I'm thinking of it in another way. Say it's maybe it's me. God says, Mary, go and sacrifice your child. The first thing that will come to my mind is, I rebuke you, therefore, Satan. I come against strange voices in my head because it's like, but God, you gave me this. How can you take it away from me? It is us that know that it's a test now. Like when we read the scripture, the Bible says God tested Abraham. But to Abraham, it was not a test. It was something real. It was like God is asking me to kill this child. This child is going to die. And I can imagine him holding on a while and asking, do I love this boy? Yes, I love him so much. Do I love God? Am I willing to trust him? Can I let go of this child for him? Hmm. He has brought me this far. I really don't know what he's doing, but we let go of this child. That's why it is a sacrifice. It is not easy. It is not something that you just easily just move around. No. And like I said, sometimes those desires are not ungodly. They are not sinful. But God will just want you to let go of them for his will. What is that thing that God is asking of you? Um, that God has been asking of you. What is that thing? Is it a friendship? Is it a relationship? Is it a way of life? Is it an ideology? Is it a association? Whatever it is. Sometimes they're not even sinful. Sometimes it's something that is popular, even in amongst Christians. It's a very popular thing. It's a very popular person, whatever it is, and God is asking you to let go of that thing. Can you pause a while and ask yourself, do I love him? If yes, shouldn't I let go of this thing because I love him? It's not going to be easy, it's a sacrifice. But it says a little reflection will remind you that yes to God always leads in the end to joy. We don't see the big picture, He sees the big picture. All He's doing is to make us like Christ. There is a forming inside of us, is forming us. We are being conformed to the image of Christ. He knows what He's doing, He knows what He's painting. The artist knows what He's painting, the potter knows what He's building. But sometimes the pot that they are building is clueless. You are asking God, why? Why? He's saying, do you love me? If yes, let this go. Give this up for me. I'm praying for myself. I'm praying for you also. That for every time we come to that junction, because I believe that it is not something we just, it's not a once in a while thing, or let me say, it's not a one off thing. It's something that at different points in our lives, God makes demand of us. God makes demand of us that when that time comes, we can ask ourselves, do I love him? Yes, I love him, and I will let this go. I hope that this has blessed your life. I hope that you would reflect on what has been said. I hope to share more things from this journal, from the book Passion and Purity, and I recommend it. If you can lay your hands on the soft copy, please go ahead and read it. It is going to bless you greatly, 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 greatly. I hope to see you in my next video. I don't know if I'll be talking about something just a passion and purity or something else entirely, but in whatever way God leads us, I'll be glad to have you again next time. Thank you very much. Bye.